When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change too. Used to be when things got crazy, I'd get to feeling low. But I found out I can't let that faze me. Honey, now I know. When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change too. Who expects the unexpected? Life sneaking up on you. And sometimes we all feel disconnected. What you gonna do when everything changes? I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change too. Change anything, turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change. Everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change too. Everything changes, and I can change too. Everything changes, and I can change too.
Gray clouds caress blue skies with sheets of silk and rain that fall down on my smiling face until I become them. Change your life right now. You can change your life. You can change your life right now. You can change your life with love. your life right now. You can change your life. You can change your life right now. You can change your life with love, with yourself.
Good morning and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. This is our morning celebration coming to you from the Inspiration Cafe in Paoli, Pennsylvania. And I'm Maxine Kay. I'm so blessed to be the spiritual leader of this beloved community. You're welcome here wherever you may be in the world. And of course, our live streaming allows us to reach people all over the world, doesn't it? And we're so grateful for that. And it's also wherever you may be on your spiritual path that you are welcome here. Because this is a place where we do teach universal principle truths, laws of celebration of life. We teach the spiritual tools that we use for all kinds of human conditions. And it truly is a beloved community, not only those who are here, part of our physical community, but we reach out so far that you, when you join us, are part of what could be a global community, because there are no borders, there are no barriers. And what we do here, teaching, living, practicing the principles of science of mind, are what we offer to everyone who is seeking to expand their spiritual consciousness, to deepen their faith and their awareness of this divine presence which dwells everywhere. And so we're grateful that we truly are part of the Centers for Spiritual Living greater worldwide community. And our mission is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And there are many people who haven't yet become aware of the fact that we are more than human, that we are born of spirit, and that we cannot ever be outside of that living, loving presence. And so in this community, we love and support each other. We learn together. We grow together. There are times that we weep together as we support each other, going through all of the human experiences that people have. And we celebrate our wins and our joys. And we just continue walking along together, utilizing our wonderful principles, because we know as we develop ourselves personally and as a community and beyond that, that we really are fulfilling our vision, the vision of the Centers for Spiritual Living, which is to co-create a world that works for everyone, a world that works for all. And that does mean experiencing our joys together and holding each other so tenderly when we're walking through difficult times. So thank you for joining us today. We're going to have a sweet hour, very special things happening, and we're glad that you're here to enjoy them with us. We wish to share. We love you already. And we also have our purpose statement right here in our Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. If you know it, I invite you to say it with me. If you don't, it's right there on the screen. And it goes like this: living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And I think you heard the chorus in the background. They were definitely meaning it. So again, thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here. We're going to have an opening song now by Janice Kelly. It's called Change Your Thoughts.
Change your life. Change your world with your mind. Change your beliefs, and what you see will flow soon, until everything you need is right there for you. Right there for you. For you to make all your dreams come true. You can change your thoughts, change your life. You can change your world with your mind. If you change your beliefs, and what you see will flow soon, until everything you need is right there for you. Right there for you. For you to make all your dreams come true. Oh, yeah. What I'm simply trying to say is you can have it all your way once you choose to use this power you found. 'Cause there's an infinite supply of life's goodness for you and I. Once you name it, claim it, and you spread it around, you will see that you can change your thoughts, change your life. And you can change your world with your mind. And if you change your beliefs, and what you see will flow soon, until everything you need is right there for you. Right there for you. For you to make all your dreams
kids, gather round. Let's just have a couple of minutes together. I'd like to talk to you. Okay. Oh boy, yesterday was Earth Day, wasn't it? What did you do? Did you hug a tree? Did you plant a few things? Whatever you did, I know it was wonderful because I know you and I know that you are very conscious about our earth and caring for it. And I'm grateful for that. Today, you're going to be hearing Reverend Mike speak. So stick around for that if you can, unless your waffles are looking that good. But I want to just take a minute to talk to you about competition and cooperation. Now, many of you, probably all of you, are in sports. I'm trying to remember, but I know it's a big thing. And it's fun, to be racing or to be playing ball or whatever it is that the game may be. Even a board game, that's competitive too, isn't it? You want to win. Fun to win. And remember when our Eagles a few years ago took the Super Bowl? Oh, wow, there were parades. We were excited. Reverend Mike and I were excited, too. We don't even live in Philadelphia. But, yeah, fly, Eagles, fly. It's exciting. It truly is. And yet, there's more to our lives than competition, winning. There's also cooperation, which is what we need to make our lives better and to make the world better for sure. And one of my favorite stories, a true one, was about children who were running a race. And just not long before the finish line, I think it was, one little boy fell down. And two others who were in the front, about to win, stopped, went over, helped him up, and walked across the finish line with him. Competition went out of their heads for that time. Cooperation. They cared about him more than they cared about a personal win. Trophies are great, medals are great, banners, all of those things. But what's much, much more important is opening our hearts to each other and cooperating and caring. And I know you do that too, like you care about the planet. I love you a lot. I hope I'll see some of you next week when we meet in person. Talk soon. Bye. Before we go into our meditation today, I would like to share with you something that's very special to many of us here and many of us out there in the world too. It is called the Prayer of St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying to self that we are born to eternal life. And so, as we breathe deeply that fresh breath of spirit and invite it to flow through our physical bodies, our emotions, and our intellect, we're able to release anything that may feel like separation or concern, and allow that holy breath to continue bringing balance and peace and a renewal of life. As it continues to circulate, we continue to release that which no longer serves us, and to come into a state of balance, equilibrium, serenity, opening our hearts to that divine presence and listening deeply as we hear the words of truth. Beloved, oh, thou art my beloved one, in whom I am well pleased. And beloved, all I have is thine. And so let's come more deeply into the center of our hearts, where that presence is full. And we just let ourselves be loved. Just let yourself be loved. And filling up with this divine essence, it is only natural that we must allow this loving presence to spill out and to circulate it, to allow it to move out and to touch and bless and uplift everyone in our circle and beyond. Let it move out into wider and wider, ever expanding circles, healing hearts, holding people tenderly, allowing the illuminating presence of the Christ to bring light where there was darkness and confusion, sadness. Let the light shine. It's a love light. It is God's love light. It is renewing and refreshing, replenishing. It is lifting. It is deepening in faith all sentient beings, beginning within our own hearts. For the beloved that we recognize we are is the beloved that we understand all to be. So let's take a quiet moment of golden silence and simply allow ourselves to be in the presence of love. And as we choose to maintain this holy presence of love within us, flowing through us, let us recognize that indeed each of us is a beautiful, bountiful, recirculating fountain of love. All is well. All is well. Truly, all is well.
It's like the air around me
It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, and all I ever needed, was already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. And it is health to my body, it is peace to my mind, it is joy, it is joy to my soul. And I breathe out a simple prayer of thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. Oh, it is health to my body, it is peace to my mind, it is joy, it is joy, it is joy, joy to my soul. And I breathe out my simple prayer, thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, and all I ever needed, was already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the
Good morning. My name is Joe Lurkman, and I'm a licensed practitioner with the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. Welcome to today's celebration. I would like to read the following from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. The source of all things reveals itself as good. God is not only within me, he is also around me and is in my experience at all times. Deep within myself, I know the divine presence. This knowing makes me receptive to divine fulfillment. The good in me evolves out of the spirit within me and concludes only in the right action and greater good. My consciousness is life itself, free of all impediment, and the permanent good of God resides in every situation. I'll state this treatment in the first person and invite you to take it for yourself. This is what I know. I know that there is only one source, one being one, and that one is God. And I know I am of the one, for I am part of the one, and I know that the one is always with me, always by my side, always ready to help whenever I require or I ask this help to be made to me and for me. I know that this is the wonderment that I truly am, and I know that the light of God glows brightly inside of me, right here and right now, and I can feel this presence in every moment that I have, in every moment that there is. I know the peace and the love and the goodness and the wonderment that is around me at all times. And I know this is the truth. And I am so very grateful that I am within this, that I do know how the betterment of all of there is can be part of who and what I truly am. And I know this is the truth. And I release this knowing it is already done, it is already fulfilled, it is already complete. As we say together, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Joe. Now let's join together in speaking our affirmation. I rely on my source for the revelation of radiant wholeness within me, and my vision of health and well-being is complete. And so it is. Oh, you have a special treat today. In 2014, on December 1st, when Reverend Mike and I arrived up here for the first time to become a part of your spiritual community, which became our spiritual community, I was called as a spiritual leader, and he, my beloved, was welcomed with great open arms into the community as well. And then you got to know him. Then you found out how much you love him. He is a wonderful presenter. He has run almost for 3 years now, has run a beautiful Saturday morning Science of Mind book study. And it's like having a worldwide community because people join us from Canada, from the West Coast, from the middle of the country. And it's just an extension of our beloved family. But he has become incredibly beloved by all of you. And it works the other way around too, because Reverend Mike holds you so dearly, all of you, in his heart all the time. And we're very grateful that sometimes we have the pleasure of hearing him speak on a Sunday morning. And you know what? This is one of them. Please welcome Reverend Mike Gerdes speaking to you on Be the Change, Cultivate Compassion. Woohoo!
Thank you, Dr. Maxine. Boy, with an introduction like that, I think I should just stand here and look. It's awesome. You know, it's a real joy of my heart to be with you today and be with this community. Sometimes we don't really appreciate how good things are. You know, they say you don't appreciate how good things are until you don't have them. But actually, if you just think about it, you can appreciate how good things are. Those around you, your loved ones, you can appreciate them more than just at Christmas time, Easter. I've been told I've got to get this closer to my mic. My mic closer to my mouth, rather. It's important that we appreciate one another. It's important that we appreciate our lives. It's important that we appreciate what Spirit has presented to us. Now, the talk today is Be the Change, Cultivate Compassion. Now, change always happens. And sometimes the changes that happen in the world and in society aren't really changes that we would have selected. But we're participating in the unfoldment of those changes because we're there, we're experiencing them. And so we have some choices to make. That's one of the beautiful things about life and the way that things have laid itself out is that you and I have the ability to choose. We have the ability to choose to like or dislike whatever it is that we're in. And we have the ability to change it. What? Yes, you do. Now, how will you change things is by changing how we look at things. Now, it's not just a situation of thinking that something's okay when it's not okay. It's not that at all. But it's recognizing that who you are, who I am, is really spirit in expression. And as we choose to think a new idea, as we choose to embody a new idea, that idea becomes an impression in spirit and begins to manifest, begins to come together, begins to cement itself into actually becoming something. All things are thick thought. All things are thick thought. And sometimes stuff happens in our lives that we have deep sadness over. And you know, that's okay too. Because the sadness eventually passes and we'll still miss people that have gone on. But we remember the good that they brought into our lives. What I found is that when I've lost people in my life, one of the things I didn't want to hear is that they're in a better place. And one of the things that I didn't hear is, oh, you'll get over this. Neither of which I believed, neither of which I found true. I do know, and I did celebrate, that life is eternal. And that right here and right now, my grief can change to gladness by remembering the truth of my being. Remembering the truth that God is all there is. Now, I got a question for you today. Who's in love today? Who's in love this morning? Raise your hands. I'm looking around. I better see your hands up. If you're in love this morning, you're right where you belong, and you know exactly who you are. Because even if you're not in a relationship with somebody right now, you are in love. Because all is in God. Get this. All is in God, and God is all there is. So you have to be in love because that's all there is to be in love with. You may not realize that. Why don't we realize that? Why don't we feel that love? I'll tell you why. Because the only love you could feel is the love that you express. That's right. For you to feel love, you have to have someone or something to give love to. For you to have happiness, for you to have joy, you have to have something, you have to do something for somebody else. You can't just do things for yourself. Dr. Maxine talked earlier today about competition. You know, I imagine that those young boys that were running together and helped the young man across, they felt real joy, real happiness for what they did that lasted a whole lot longer than had they won that race. And think about your own lives. The joy that you've had. I bet most of those joys have come from helping others or being there for other people. I imagine that the people that fight this for success in a dog-eat-dog world find that dogs aren't that good to eat. And that there's really not a whole lot of joy in that. And the dogs don't like it much either. I think that real joy is found in serving others. Happiness is found in being there for other people, supporting other people. So, if you want to make this world a better place, okay, raise your hands. Do you want to make this world a better place? I see hands waving. Okay, so to recognize you have the opportunity, you have the ability to make a change. And as simply as this: A, recognize that God is all there is. Recognize that B, B, that God responds to us by our thoughts, our feelings, and what we embrace within our consciousness. And then C, begin to act as if. So if we want to have a peaceful world, we accept and give thanks that that is so, and then begin to act as though it is so. That means we start being kind to people. That means we carry love to people, all people, even the people that apparently are less than lovable. You know, it's easy to be compassionate and caring for the downtrodden. It's easy and to be compassionate and caring to the little children and to our four-legged friends. And sometimes it's less easy to be compassionate and caring to those people that are stinkers. You know, the type of people that you see in the news or you think about in the news. Maybe you know some in your family. So that's the real challenge. That's the real work we have. Because as long as we see people in our experience that are less than loving, we're the ones that are being less than loving. We have to take a look at their situation and develop enough compassion to recognize that people are acting exactly the way they are because they don't know any better. They're making an unintelligent use of intelligence to be acting in the way they are. They're trying to fulfill unmet needs and doing things, harmful things, terrible things sometimes, because they don't have any understanding of how else to make those needs met. Now take that in. And if you've got somebody in your family that's a stinker, you might try to get an idea of what their unmet needs are. Maybe they just need to be loved and they don't know how to ask for it. Maybe they needed a hug and they don't know how to ask for it. Maybe they need to be forgiven and they're afraid to ask for it. Now, what about the people on the world scene? Well, we can recognize that they're doing the best they can too. And what we can do is to call forth the Christ light, the Buddha, the Atman, whatever you want to call it, for spirit, for God to come forth in them and to reveal to them the truth of love. The truth that there is one life, that life is God's life, and everyone is an individualization of that one life, that one love. And then move towards realizing that, and embracing a greater brotherhood, a greater joy, a greater peace, a greater unity for all humanity. All humanity. There's no reason why anybody needs to be discouraged if you're around to encourage them. And what you can do, even if you're not around, even if you're staying at home and you can't get out, even if you don't have the resources to send a check to UNICEF, you can do something to raise the consciousness of the world. And how you do that is going within yourself and knowing the truth within yourself. Because you are part of God's individualization, God's consciousness, being revealed by means of you. And what you know right where you are is felt by the entire universe. As you believe, so it is done unto you. As you believe, so it is done unto all of us. Because there's only one. As Joe Lurkwin was so eloquently putting in his treatment, there is only one. One. And what you know is known all over everywhere. Because there is one life, that life is God's life, That life is your life, my life. There's one intelligence, divine intelligence expressing in, through it all, everywhere. And as we direct that consciousness, universal mind receives that and acts upon it. We're told that we can move mountains. People think that that's just whimsical. But I know people that have moved mountains. I've known people that have healed tremendous diseases. I've known people that in moving mountains, they've set aside things that have burdens and personal injuries that they've carried around for years. I've seen people make wonderful transitions within their personal consciousness. I've seen people move from addiction to recovery. Now that's a mountain. You and I can all move mountains. We can be the change. We can cultivate that compassion that encourages people to be the best they can be, that encourages people to be the God that they are in expression. I'm grateful that we have the opportunity in our teaching to really make a difference. In our teaching, we have the opportunity not just to feel good about the way things are, when things really aren't that good to feel good about. This is not just a game we're playing. It's not some trick we're playing to feel good about bad things. We're actually changing things by changing our consciousness. People don't talk oftentimes about how spiritual mind treatment really succeeds in their life. But it does. It has succeeded and continues to succeed in my life. I was diagnosed some time ago with a lung condition, and one of our practitioners, Joe Lurkwin, treated for me. And he did a really marvelous job of treating for me. And you know what? I'm better. I don't know if I'm all healed yet, but I haven't been to the doctor. But I'm not coughing every other minute. One of the things about working with a practitioner is you need to work with them. You need to do your part. I also know that if I treat knowing something as being so, peace, health, prosperity, I can't do that and automatically start acting as though it's not so. Yesterday was Earth Day. Some of us maybe were out planting seeds, embracing, hugging trees, as Dr. Maxine was saying. I was thinking about a dear friend whose birthday was yesterday, Dr. Jane Claypool. And she was one of the greats in our teaching who made her transition just 8 years ago. And fabulous person. And she always celebrated Earth Day, and she always reminded me that morning always wins. No matter what situation you might find yourself in right now, remember, morning always wins. No matter how many winters you've gone through, it's springtime again. No matter how many hard times you've had, good times are at hand again. But we have to be open to it. We have to be receptive to it. And we have to accept that is the truth for us. Savor your good. Enjoy your good. Cultivate your good. And you'll have more and more good in every aspect of your life. To close, I want to share this with you. We have a center here that needs nothing other than your love. We have a group here, a family here, and we need your support, but what we really need is your love. So I appreciate your support. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your attendance online and when we're in person. And thanks for your continued support of Dr. Maxine. I want you to know how fortunate we are, all of us are, to have her as our spiritual leader. She is really unique. And I know I've known a lot of people. So that's it for today. And I hope you have an enjoyable rest of your day. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot. I get to do the offering, and I forgot about it. Sorry. This is one of my favorite parts. Dr. Maxine usually takes her offering in her check that she wrote out, and she puts it in the offering plate, holds it to her heart first, and repeats an offering blessing. And I'll share this prosperity blessing. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is the acceptance of my God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with the center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It is returned to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is. And for those of us who don't do checks anymore, you can text to give in a variety of other ways that are shown on your screen. Thanks very much.
What do you want? Where do you want to go? You'll get what you want if you act as if you know. It starts with you. Do you believe it? It's all in the way that you choose to see it. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Do-do, change. Do-do, change. Do-do, change. Do-do. When you feel lost and you can't find your way, keep your eye on the prize. It will materialize. You can't miss. Change your perception, leading you to a new direction. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's a sure thing. Change, change. Expect a miracle change. Watch me change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Now do 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 do.
My name is Monet, and I'm a member of your Board of Trustees. Thank you. Reverend Mike, thank you so much for your message. I have the opportunity to impact the world by changing my thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and behavior. That part really spoke to me, so thank you for that. Today's celebration is sponsored by Reverend Mike in honor of Jeff Messino's mother, Susan, who made her transition yesterday. Jeff, your GPCSL family loves you, and we're holding you in our hearts and your family. Our next in-person Nibbles and New Thought gathering will be held Monday, May the 1st at 6:30 p.m. at Brick and Brew on King Street in Malvern, PA. This is our monthly opportunity to gather and to discuss topics related to New Thought and the science of mind philosophy, while also enjoying amazing food and company. Just go to our website, cslphilly.org, and please be sure to register as seating is limited. Another new monthly in-person event is an outdoor full moon ceremony generously hosted by Susan and Rick Smethers in their home in Malvern on Friday, May the 5th at 7 p.m. Again, seating is limited, so you want to sign up on our website. Dr. Maxine is offering a 5-session workshop entitled The Gentle Art of Blessing. Here's the book. Starting on Tuesday, May 2nd from 6:30 to 8:30. It will be held on Zoom. You learn to live a life filled with love based on universal principles of gratitude, harmony, circulation, and unconditional love. The book is called The Gentle Art of Blessing, and it is by Pierre Pradervand. If I butchered that, I apologize. You can look forward to class discussion and exercises with nothing to turn in. Bonus. This is a non-tuition love offering class. So thank you, Dr. Maxine, for that. Dr. Maxine, who is busy, because I see she's also offering a discovery class on Sundays, May 21st and May 28th in Eagleville from noon to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. This 2-week non-tuition class is designed to introduce people to the history and concepts of our teaching, to share about the life and work of the center, to deepen bonds between people, and to prepare those who are interested in membership in GPCSL. Everyone is invited to attend, whether new to the center or not, and it is preferable to attend both classes. Please bring a bag lunch. Next Sunday's celebration will be held in person in Eagleville. Hold on, I think I might have skipped something. Bear with me. Nope, I did not. As far as the classes are concerned, as a reminder for the classes and the workshop and in-person events, just please remember to go to our website, cslphilly.org, and click on the link on the pop-up screen, which is right there, on the homepage, or go to our events calendar. Awesome events that are taking place. Something new is definitely happening more often, which is exciting for our community. So please remember to come out and support. If you're watching us and enjoy our Sunday celebrations and love notes on our Facebook or YouTube channel, please be sure to like, to subscribe, and to share with others. When you subscribe, you will receive notices anytime our videos are uploaded. And that is it for today's announcements. Thank you.
Yay, Monet! Wonderful. I love that. Thank you so much. Thanks for the good announcements, for keeping us all aware of what wonderful things are going on here. And yes, do sign up for this class. It's a good one. Some of you have taken it already. And thank you, Reverend Mike, for a wonderful talk, good reminders. This is basic, good science of mind stuff. And so it's good to remember that it all begins with us, and that we can be the change that we're ready to have in this world, starting with ourselves and our own loved ones and then beyond. Thank you. And so now we're going to have a closing song by Lisa Bell. It is called Change is Free.
heaven knows how long this will last. Can't pay the mortgage and the bills are due. I'll just keep waiting for the other shoe, and I know all this too shall pass. I can wait for the shining night to save the day. I can pray that an angel comes my way. I can hope for the future, but change is free.
Change, change, change.
Yeah, it's up to me.
Change, change.
Been there before, we made it through just fine. I guess I'll purchase me some cheaper wine, and I know no one to rescue me. Is this recession or depression time? What does it matter to a soul like mine? We all know ain't no handouts for free. I can wait for someone to sweep me off my feet. I can pray every night before I sleep. I can hope for the future, but change is free.
Change, change, change.
Yeah, it's up to me.
Change, change.
Do I have to put my dreams on hold while they come up with a plan that's bold? I think I'll use my ingenuity. 'Cause the only one who can help me is me. Yeah. I can wait for someone to sweep me off my feet. I can pray every night before I sleep. I can hope for the future, but change is free.
Change, change, change.
Oh, can't you see?
Change, change.
Oh, can't you see?
Change, change,
Yeah.
change.
I ain't got no choice.
Change.
Oh, but I gotta go. Yeah, ain't got no money, honey. Oh, but I've got plenty of time. It's up to you and me now. This change is free.
Brandon Bell.
First, I want to thank you for joining us today. And let's just know together that right where we are, change is occurring. We are revealing a heaven on earth right here and right now, because that is God ordained through and by means of us. The world has been waiting for us to come true to ourselves, and we do so now. And so it is.